Shavua Tov Rabotai, we are continuing with our Mishna Yomi, Masechet Nedarim. We are up to Perek Dal Mishnah Zayin. Today's Mishnayot should be Leiru Nishmad, Neria ben Svetlana Ranbayev, Eliyahu ben Burcha Israelo ben Chana bat Miriam, Menuchatam began Eden, Amen, and Avdir ben Chaim lechaim v'derefua shelemav Daniel Shalom ben Rosa, Betor Shah Chulei Israel. The Mishnah teaches that although a mudar may not receive benefit from the madir, there is still a way for the madir to help him when he has a need. If someone is forbidden by a neder to have any benefit from another, but he is so poor that he has nothing to eat, now this law applies even if the mudar does have food to eat. The Mishnah specifies he does not have food only because it is the most likely reason the madir would want to help him. And the madir wants to help him, the madir may do as follows. Holech etzel achenvani, may go to the storekeeper from whom the mudar usually buys his food, v'omer, and say to him, Ish ploni mudar mimeni hana ve'eni yodeh ma eseh, so-and-so is forbidden by a neder to have benefit from me, and I do not know what I can do to help him. Vunoten, taking the hint, the storekeeper may then give food to the mudar, uba v'noten mizeh, and then come and take payment for the food from the madir. Since the madir did not directly ask the storekeeper to provide the food, the storekeeper is doing it on his own, not on behalf of the madir. In this way, the benefit comes from the storekeeper, not the madir, and is therefore permitted. For this reason, the madir is not required to pay the storekeeper. The Mishnah means that the madir may pay if he so chooses. Now, it is true that when the mudar takes food from the storekeeper, he becomes obligated to pay him for it, which means that the madir is paying off the mudar's debt to the storekeeper. Nevertheless, this arrangement is permitted because, like we learned in Mishnah 2, paying off the mudar's debt is not considered a benefit. Now, a similar solution for providing other services to the mudar. Haya beto livnot gedero ligdor sedeo liktzor. If the mudar has a house to build, or a fence to put up, or a field to harvest, but does not have enough money to hire workers, and the madir wants to help him, the madir may do as follows. Holech etzel hapolim, he may go to the workers who usually work for the mudar, v'omer, and say to them, Ish ploni mudar mimeni ana ve'eni yodeh ma eseh. So-and-so is forbidden by neder to have benefit from me, and I do not know what I can do to help him. Hem osinimo, taking then, they may do the job for him, ubain v'nodin sachar mizeh, and then come and take the wages from the madir. Here too, the madir is not obligated to pay the workers, but may do so if he wants. That is in the Mishnah Zayin. Mishnah Chet continues, Hayu malchin baderech ve'en lo ma yochal. If the mudar and madir were traveling on the road together, and the mudar has nothing to eat, and the madir wishes to give the mudar some of his food. Now, if there are other travelers who have extra food, they can give the mudar food, and then the madir may pay them back, like in the previous Mishnah. However, because travelers do not usually have extra food, the Mishnah offers a different solution. Noten la'acher l'shum matana, the madir may give his food to another traveler as a gift. V'ala mutar ba, and the mudar is then permitted to eat it since the food no longer belongs to the madir. Unlike the case of the previous Mishnah, this is permitted only when the mudar has nothing else to eat. Since this food actually belonged to the madir who gave it to someone else, only such other person will give it to the mudar. It looks as though the food is being given directly to the madir. Therefore, the sages allowed this only when the mudar has no food. Im en imahem macher, if no one else is traveling with them, maniach ala sela or la gader, the madir may put the food down on a rock or on a fence. V'omer rein mufkarim l'chol mi she'achpotz, and say these items of food are hereby ownerless and are available to anyone who wants them. V'ala notel v'ochel, and then the mudar may take the food and eat it, since it no longer belongs to the madir. This too is permitted only when the mudar has nothing else to eat. The Rabbi Yossi oser, but the Rabbi Yossi forbids providing the mudar with food by declaring it ownerless. Since the mudar is the only other person there to take it, it is as though the madir is giving him the food directly. And the Rav does tell us, Rabbi Yossi, the halacha does not follow the opinion of Rabbi Yossi. And the Rav points out, like we said, V'davka be'en lo ma yochal u'deshav rabbanan aval be'ina shachin lo. It's only permitted when the mudar has nothing else to eat, but if you can get food from somewhere else, from other travelers, let's say, then even the rabbis would not agree. And that is on about time today's Mishna Yomi. Everybody should have a Shavua Tov. Baruch Adonai Leolam. Amen v'amen.